Okay, so we're going to hop in to our first main section, which is the basic economic problem. And the first subsection is the nature of the economic problem. Okay, this is the introduction to all economics. All of these topics with the orange backgrounds is going to be kind of why economics exists and what the problem is that we're trying to figure out as individuals, as companies, and as governments. Okay, so we're going to hop into the nature of the economic problem. Okay, so firstly, finite resources and unlimited wants. Okay, this is, in essence, the basic economic problem. Okay, the fact that there are finite resources, so resources are limited in their quantity, and we, as individuals and firms and governments, have unlimited wants. Okay, we cannot fulfill all of human wants in the world, okay, simply because the earth does not have enough resources to do that. Okay, all countries have this problem. And all individuals will have unlimited wants, okay? And this will form the base of economics, okay? If you take economics further, this is going to be the base, all right? All the theories that you will learn in this course are based on the basic economic problem, okay? So scarcity is the combination of these unlimited wants and these limited resources, okay? If there are unlimited wants and there are limited resources, there is going to be scarcity. The resources that we have on the earth are scarce, okay? There's not enough to fulfill our wants, okay? And this is the basis of that formula. Okay, so I touched on earlier that there are individuals, governments, and firms. These are the three decision makers that there are with the study of economics, okay? There's no one else but these three people, okay? There are individuals, so you and me, or households as they're more formally known, okay? Firms are businesses, okay? So they're not individuals and they're not governments, they are businesses. And then the government, okay? These are the guys who rule the country and make the decisions on a national level and international level for the country itself. Okay, and then with this, there are the three basic economic questions, okay? What are we going to produce? How are we going to produce it? And who are we going to produce it for, okay? These questions are helping us decide how to allocate those limited resources, okay? What are we going to produce, okay? We're not going to produce something that people don't want, okay? That's just business sense and that is government sense, and we are not going to benefit from producing something that nobody wants, okay? How are we going to produce it? Again, we've got to think back to our limited resources, right? So we have to be as careful and as efficient as possible to be able to produce something with the limited resources that we have. So companies and governments need to think, how are we going to produce this good that people want? Okay, we need to be efficient. Okay, we can't just use everything that we want because things cost money, and also because they're limited in supply. And lastly, for whom are we going to produce the goods for? Okay, this goes hand in hand with the first question. Okay, we are creating a product and we also have a target of who we want to sell this product for, okay? One product is not going to suit every age and every gender, okay? There's usually a target when businesses decide to start up. Okay, so those are the three basic economic questions that everyone has in mind for the study of economics. Okay, again, this section is kind of just an overlap of everything, so we're going to go through some other stuff. And another important thing to note is the public versus the private sector. Okay, these terms do get confused, so keep these in mind and take a note of them. Okay, so the private sector is basically the sector that does not involve the government, okay? It is the activity of private individuals, okay, private sector, private individuals, and firms, which are private firms, okay? So firms that are not or have nothing to do with the government, are not government owned. Okay. The main aim of the private sector, okay, when we speak about private firms, is to earn a profit for its owners. Okay, so think about yourself, okay, starting your own business. It's just you are a sole trader, which we'll go through in another section. Your main aim is to make a profit, okay? That is your goal. All right. The public sector, okay, is government owned, okay? Government owned companies, government provided goods, and their main aim is not to make a profit. The government doesn't start a company, okay, to make a profit. They want to start a company or provide something for the benefit of society, okay? If you think about the NHS, that is government owned, and it's to benefit society with national healthcare, okay? So private sector, private firms, public sector, government firms. Okay, and then we need to distinguish between goods and services. Okay, you probably know this already, okay? Goods are physical items, okay? Can of baked beans, a bag, pair of shoes, food. Those are all physical items, okay? Cars, houses. I've said baked beans twice. And services are non-physical items, the items that you can't see, that are provided to people and businesses. Okay, so a train ride. Okay, yep, there is a train. The train is the good. The service is the actual transportation. Okay, plumbing, it's a service. Someone comes to fix your pipes, right? Haircuts, another service. Okay, and this is what fits in with the basic economic problem, needs versus wants, okay? We said earlier that there are unlimited wants, okay? So we need to distinguish between needs and wants. You may have been thinking, well, I can live with X, Y, and Z. Yes, you can live with the basic necessities. You can live with the basic needs, okay? Needs are goods and services essential for survival, okay? Water, we need food, we need shelter. And to an extent, we need clothing, right? Those are things that we need. We cannot live without them, okay? You definitely will be able to live with those basic necessities. But then it comes to a point where you have all of those things and you want internet and you want a phone and you want a laptop. Those are all wants, okay? They are not necessary for survival. Electricity is not necessary, okay? Heating's not necessary. These are wants. We don't need them to survive, okay? So once you have something, it's very likely that you'll want the next thing, okay? There's never a limit on it. Okay, perfect. That wraps up the nature of the economic problem, a very quick section, and that is going to form the basics and the basis of economics, and whatever you study further will always relate to this. Although it's not going to come up very directly, it is good to learn and understand this so that you can, when we get to the demand and supply aspect of economics, you can relate it to the economic problem and how it fits in. Okay.